Hey, Cinque.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Today on the podcast, we have my amazing friend Cinque. He is an incredible director, editor, award winning, and he just recently worked on number one on the call sheet, which I am so excited to see. And he is working on a feature film and he's shooting it across the continent of Africa. Okay. So I'm so excited to see it. I've seen little snippets of it, so you're going to love it. So we're gonna jump into the Dream Soul deck, and I'm gonna ask him some questions from the deck today. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What do you like about yourself?
um, I think I'm very curious. I'm very curious. Period. Um, and I find people. It sounds trite when I'm saying it, but I find people really fascinating and their lives fascinating.
Well, it goes with what you do, you know.
Probably, probably. Like there, I can't think of many people I meet where when I'm talking to them, I'm not interested. You know what I'm interested in, people? I'm interested in what they are really passionate about, whatever it is.
Okay.
And somehow my questions start tracking me down. Yeah, but what really gets you excited? I don't say those words, but my questions seem to lead to that. And for some reason, when you have that conversation with people and they
Mm-hmm.
get to talk to about what's really passionate, whether it's some job they're about to do, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
some niece that was just born that they're excited about and they can't stop playing with their grandkid or whoever. When people get to talk about what they're really passionate about, they don't forget you.
It's true. It is true.
Yeah,
And I feel like being a director and a filmmaker, it's like all those are stories, and it's
yeah,
probably why
it is
intuitively
stories.
you're passionate about hearing
Hmm.
about other people's stories.
Yeah.
All righty. Next one. What do you need to work on in yourself when it comes to relationships?
Speaking of being a director, I would say availability. Like I
Mm.
really, um,
I
I,
mean more in your personal relationship.
yeah, no, no.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
when I say availability, I mean like I put time and like quality time is quality time,
Mm-hmm.
and in my relationship with Chandra, my partner, the love of my life,
Mm-hmm.
we have like some, we have things we do every day that like we have our lunch, and no matter what's going on in the day, no matter, we have lunch together and
I
we have
love
those
that.
routines. But I need to do that a whole lot more. Just
Okay.
like, we have routine, we walk in the morning. But when I think of Chandra and even other relationships, I want to make more time in my life for them. It's like putting work first, putting these dreams first, these ambitions, these things I'm doing for us. But sometimes you just have to make time to spend together.
It's
And I
true.
think that's what I want to work on more than anything, that we have more of these like unbreakable routines and travel more, do more. That's why I'm doing all of this anyway. So
Right.
sometimes you just have to do it now.
Exactly. It's true. Because I
Yeah.
think too, and I think men do have this thing a lot where they are like, because in the world they're like, go to work, earn the money, the thing, and it's like life is still happening, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really finding that balance in everybody, finding the balance between rest and play and work and this. And so
Yeah.
it's all, kind of building up together. And it's not just like this one thing I'm building up.
Right. This kind of, it's like it's a kind of perfectionism almost, where
It's
you're like
true.
you're trying to get this, okay, I'm trying to get us a vacation, in this place, or this year we want to go, so let me work hard to go towards that specific goal.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's the little stuff. Relationships are, I mean, this I can say for sure, relationships are made out of the little things, the little moments, the moments that are most consistent is
Hmm.
kind of what it's made out of. You have those like, you know um those like highlights in your relationship, and they're important. But a large chunk of, I think, of the relationship is like what you do every day, for better and for worse. And so I want to just more time. I want to spend more time, more quality time, more time of us really taking care of ourselves.
Hmm.
You know, we both work really hard, and we can be in the same house sometimes, just like two ships.
Wow.
You know, we got our lunch, we got our morning walk. You
Yes.
know, we build these routines, and sometimes even, you know, being present sometimes is even more important than how long it
It's
is.
true.
So it's like, even if it is that 20 minutes in the morning, if you're 100% there in that 20 minutes, it can sometimes be better than a distracted hour.
It's true.
And so,
But those are two
yeah.
really good routines. Like in the morning, like starting your day, then in the
Hmm.
middle of the day. I think eating together, breaking bread is really like a spiritual thing too, you know?
Yeah.
So that's a
We
good
do kind of
start.
watch Netflix when we're doing it, but it's not 100%. But we watch things that
we
makes us laugh.
yeah.
And honestly, I wouldn't watch that stuff if she wasn't sitting next to me. It's
Oh,
ours, you know?
yes, yes.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay. Pro now.
Yeah.
How do you feel about social media and what role does it play in your life?
Wow. Social media. It's funny. I've gone through my like addiction moments and my moments when I'm really, it's been a while. I'm not as engaged in it as I once was at one time.
Hmm.
Um, and, you know, I'm old enough to have had a whole life before it came along. So
Hmm.
it's kind of optional to me in a way it may not be if you grew up with it. So, um, to be honest, the role it plays in my life now is escape.
Yeah.
I'm not even on it the way, you know, I would like to be, for the purpose of actually creating value, for, you know,
Yeah.
in some kind of way. I'm not doing that. That's like something I would like to do. But
Yeah.
the role it plays right now is that I'm in the grind doing something related to filmmaking or work. I get on social media for a little bit of escape, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wouldn't say like it's so much, it's not the best place in my view for like news and learning things like that. It's like that's a more targeted, okay, I need to know what's going on in Gaza. I don't want to go always to social media for
Yeah.
that, because it can kind of and I'm not saying people shouldn't discuss these topics on social media, but I know for me I can get sucked into things that I can't do anything about. So I tend to do targeted research, and so I know what's going on, and
Hmm.
then what can I do? Try to do something. But if I do that same thing, this is just me on social media, it becomes something where I tend to feel more helpless
Okay.
and and disempowered. The opposite of what maybe it's trying to do. That's around news and like all the things that are going on in the world. So I tend to go on there honestly now for a little escape, you know,
Okay.
just like some video that's going to give me a laugh. I always share it.
I do that too.
That's another routine Chandra and I have. We share IG video. We could literally be in the next room. We're always sharing IG videos,
That's so cute.
always to make us laugh because we
Nice.
know we're grinding in the next room, and so it's always funny. And that's
That's
kind
dope.
of,
I
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yes. All right. Next one. What does it take to decide to have your partner meet your parents? So when you and Chandra were dating, when did you
Mm-hmm.
get to the point when you're like, okay, I want her to meet my family? Was it conscious? Did it just happen? I mean, I'm
I
sure it didn't just happen.
Yeah, it. Well, we were aware of it.
Yeah.
And when I met her mom and when she met mine, when we met, our parents didn't live in the same state.
Okay.
Well, her it's like a flight, you know. So her mother or my mother was in town. We were in Brooklyn at the time, and I remember the moment, but we're both close to our parents, and at that point, we were close to each other. So it just kind of didn't feel like this kind of moment that was charged. It
Okay.
just felt organic, kind of.
Okay.
Um,
So her. Both of your parents were happened to be in town at the same time,
It
or
wasn't at the same time. So
okay,
I don't remember who met who. I don't remember if she met my parents first or if I met hers. I can't remember. But they happened the same way. They were in town. It was
okay, they
separate
just happened to be
times.
in town, and you were
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah. And I remember when she met my dad, he was alive at the time. He's
okay,
been dead for about 11 years, but at the time when he met her, we had traveled to where they lived in Santa Barbara.
okay.
We were living in New York, so we that was really me taking her home to meet
And what
everybody.
made you feel like it was time to do that?
Um, yeah, because there were definitely plenty of people I had seen and dated
Exactly.
that they never met. They may have heard the name a couple of
Right.
times because I was on my way somewhere, and
Right.
but yeah, I think by then, um, man, I don't even know other than I knew that she was an important part of my life
Yeah.
at that point. It wasn't something, yeah, we had just aligned and it was,
Just like the next thing.
yeah, it was
I
me and
love
her.
that.
I can't even say that I was thinking about, oh, this is someone I can spend the rest of my life with. I don't even know if I was that far along, but I didn't see the end,
I love that.
you know. Yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't looking at, okay, where is this going? How is this gonna? It just she
That's
was,
beautiful because that's
yeah,
how friendships are. You
yeah,
just, go along and then it's like, oh, then you're staying over and then you're hanging out with my family. That's
yeah.
that's a beautiful way for things to develop,
At
you
that
know?
point, I knew her friends, she knew my friends, and we were just, and it was getting to the our friend groups. I don't know if they're similar, but after a while, it's like I can't. We didn't even know who brought who in. It's just
So
like I really connected with her friends. She connected with mine. They just took her, my friends. She started styling on their films, and
dope.
like she worked more with them than on my
You like,
film.
excuse me?
Yeah, they were like,
Okay.
"We'll take her."
Okay.
And then
Nice.
when you're with a stylist, anytime I wore something that just was halfway nice, then of course you get all the credit for it. They were like, "Oh yeah, you hooked them up." I
He
was like,
like, I did this.
"Right."
Okay. Love that. All right. Are you inspired by your partner? Is that important?
Uh, yes to both. It's I'm trying to think what that looks like because it's so much. We've been together for so long that
How
it's
long have
like,
you guys been together?
uh, is it 12 years? We both have bad memories, so
Okay.
so we can't even remind each other. I think
Nice.
it's
I
been
didn't
12.
know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But yeah, she inspires me because I think when somebody like really inspires you, you see a version of yourself when you're with them.
Yes, true.
That's who you want to be.
Yep.
That is something that they either allow that you maybe can't express other places, but with them it's perfectly natural,
Mm-hmm.
and that version of you feels like, yeah, this is sometimes, you can have friendships where you're showing up a certain way, but there's a part of you that doesn't get to, show up in a
Mm-hmm.
way, and you don't even know it until you get around somebody, and it's perfectly normal to have that version of you show up.
It's true.
And yeah, so I mean, she inspires me in a lot of ways. She's, creative, which was key for me.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think, I'm grateful for the relationships in my life that didn't work.
Me too.
I'm really grateful for, like, there's a few people who obviously I would never name, but like there's a few people who they taught me be what I couldn't be with.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Which allowed me to recognize when it was right,
Mm-hmm.
because she has a way of, and she's not trying to do it. It's not a philosophy. It's just who she is. She doesn't she doesn't judge people. So if you're at a restaurant, somebody does something wrong, she's not going to start gossiping about the waiter as soon as they
She
leave.
doesn't.
And that's not because she believes it's the right thing. It's just doesn't even occur to her to
Mm-hmm.
do. And I've had the opposite of that. And when I was with that, and it's not even to judge what that is, but I knew that was hard for me.
Got you.
That that didn't, it didn't work for me to be around. It was like something like I didn't trust it, because if
Mm-hmm.
you talk about everybody
I know
else,
you talking about me.
of course you are.
Yeah, of
That's
course you
what you
are.
do.
Yeah.
And I didn't even intellectualize it like that. I just didn't like being around. It's not me.
Yeah.
I know it's not me. And it was great in so many other ways, that relationship. But that one thing I learned from that relationship, that I couldn't, I was like, I don't like how this feels. It's not, it
Yeah.
doesn't let me be me. And so with her being different in that way, yeah, that's one way she inspires me. And then I could be that same version, that like where I'm curious about people and I reach out to people. It doesn't really matter what role they're supposed to be playing in my life. Like if they're coming over to fix the washer dryer, or I'm hopping in an Uber, or it's an actor on set, like I don't see those as different roles. It's just people, and they
Mm-hmm.
all, I'm curious about all of them for
I
some
love
reason.
that.
Being with her allows that
That
curiosity,
flows
that
very. I
openness.
see that because
Yeah,
she's not judging. So
yeah,
you guys are talking to everybody.
yeah. And I need to do that.
You
I
do,
need to do that.
and
And
you're
if,
inspired to do it,
right, and
right?
if I'm with somebody who's judging the cab driver, or we're like
And you
putting
want to
them in,
talk to the cab
and I want
driver.
to talk
You
to him,
like, let
yeah,
me. Oh, the cab driver not cool. Oh, okay.
yeah. It's just a
That's
whole
so
kind of, which I don't
interesting.
even think I knew until till it just came out of
I
my
know,
mouth.
but isn't that so
I don't, like I've never
beautiful?
said that.
Yes, like
Yeah.
what a flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's how you know people are just aligned, like you said.
Yeah.
Like that you need that part of yourself to truly be open, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Because if you're working, it's not. I mean, it's all relationships are work, but like if you're,
But the gossip part in particular,
yeah,
how it really helps you align with your purpose, her not having that judgmental
yep,
spirit.
yep,
And that's really like a rarity,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because, it's almost like just the thing to do, like, you know?
yeah,
So for someone to just not even have that in them, and, and they're not even trying, it's just not a part of them,
right.
is really
We don't
beautiful.
have to have conversations about. I'm like, hey,
Yes,
can you
could
not?
you fall back?
Yeah, it, it's
Yeah.
that is one way that you know that
For
you,
sure.
yeah,
That's something too that I have been working on judging, because even if I don't say anything, out loud, I can look at something and be like, "Oh, that's weird," or "That's a such and such" in my mind, right?
hmm,
And it's like I went on a fast in March to like not judge, not curse, like do all these things. And the beautiful part was it made me so aware of the times that I go to judge things that have nothing to do with anything, right? Even just
mm,
driving, how you can be like, oh, why did you pull in front of me like that or whatever? Just all those things that take your mind off of, just fill your mind with stuff, right?
yeah, and
Like
it
I
could be
can't
stress
control.
relief. Sometimes it's stress
No,
relief.
sometimes it is stress release, but
You just need to, like, you got some anger or something in you,
you
and
can
that
vent.
person can be the target of it, and you want to let it. I mean, I'm not immune to that either.
No,
Where,
I'm not at
yeah,
all, but I'm saying doing this fast,
yeah,
like how you consciously say I'm not gonna do it,
mm-hmm,
you start to see all the ways that so many things that you can't control can become distractions, like subconsciously,
mm-hmm,
right? And it's not really necessary. It's not necessary
yeah,
to say something even in your head, right? I don't have to fill my head with that. But
yeah,
if I want to vent, for sure I'm gonna get it out in my way or whatever.
yeah,
But I do love that. That was kind of beautiful to hear how it kind of works for you both.
yeah. And we've just made all kinds of friends as a result, or
That's
just
true.
there's something about when someone can talk about that thing they're really excited about, they trust you, which really helps in what I do as a documentary filmmaker or filmmaker. Is it's really having conversations and people trusting you enough, not just to tell you things, but to be themselves. Like, and the quickest way to trust, this is not something that I like manipulate. It's just, it's curiosity.
Hmm.
It's actually caring about what someone is saying and going, really? Like, you can't fake it. You're like, well, how did that work?
It's true.
But if you were a doctor, how, when you came here and now you're driving, like how did, like, actual curiosity is something that creates trust. So if you have a partner who's similar,
Y'all talking
you
to
know,
everybody.
yeah,
Y'all
like
got 10,000 friends.
we're like, but it's just, I just feel like it's made our lives richer. And then,
Yeah. And
yeah,
it was meant to be.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
meant to be, right? Alrighty. Is it easy for you to admit when you are wrong or say you're sorry?
Depends on what it's about.
In relationship, in your intimate partnership, is it
I'm
easy for you to say sorry first
yeah. So
or say, okay, my bad?
I'm quick to say my bad, but where it is maybe not so great is how right I think I am in the
Okay.
moment when I'm saying that I'm right. You cannot tell me I'm not right when I'm saying that I'm right, and I'm telling
Uh-uh.
you how it is, and somehow you're not getting that it is how I'm saying it. Now, once I realize I'm wrong, I can go,
Okay.
I was wrong. That
How
was
do we get
not.
there then? How do we get to your wrong part?
Sometimes just like some information or some clarity, like they'll be like, "Yeah, you went on that whole tangent, but this is what it is," and I'm like,
Oh.
"Oh, okay, so never mind." That was,
Oh, that is so
but I will
funny.
go on the like when I think I'm right. I really think
You go
I'm right,
all
but
in
I can say sorry, and I can
admit when you're
admit I'm
wrong.
wrong. Yeah,
Nice.
when I just have trouble thinking that being
That you
wrong is
are wrong.
possible. That's that that
I
part needs
get
a
that.
little work.
I think I need a little work on that part too.
Yeah, that
I'll be
part
like,
needs a little
see, you're not seeing it
right.
from the way.
Let me try another.
Let me explain it
Let
to
me
you.
exactly. Let me try and hit it another. Just strong and wrong.
I'm strong with that too. And
Just
then when it does happen and you find out you are wrong, you like, you feel
oh,
so
I
bad.
was
You like,
dead
I'm
ass
so
wrong.
sorry because you went so hard, right? You like,
Right.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hard. I'm not always gonna be right though. Like, and the person will be like, "Oh no, I know." You
Ah, too funny. All right. Are you a good communicator?
know. I am, unless it's something that I feel, for lack of a better way of saying it, shame about.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to fix it, I tend to try to
Mhm.
fix it
Mhm.
alone before I bring it out, and in
Yeah.
that way, I can be a bad communicator.
Okay.
Um,
So, like, if something is happening, do you say it in the moment or do you wait a day
Probably
or
wait.
two?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
I'm like
probably
that
wait.
too. I need to look at it from all the angles
Yep,
because here goes our
yep,
big needed to be right thing.
yep.
And then I can present it to you in the right angle.
Yeah,
But sometimes I can take a week.
right. Person don't even
You don't
remember
even remember.
what's
So you bring
happening.
it up, they be like, what?
Right. Yep,
Remember what happened?
yep.
So I'm
Yeah,
working on saying things in the moment
yeah,
and also not reacting but responding, like saying them
yeah.
in a measured way, but at least getting my feelings out and getting it out there. So if it needs to come up again later, it can.
Hmm.
But I do realize that the waiting sometimes the person doesn't remember, or um, it's less effective. It almost feels like you going back in the past and making an issue now.
Right. Yeah,
Where it's like we could have just dealt with that and been moving forward, but I've
yeah,
just been holding this all week, you know?
yeah. And it tends to, I tend to hold it and go regroup if it touches a nerve.
Yeah,
And I know my emotions are kind of raw. Sometimes I am trying to not overreact, and other times I'm just trying to go get control.
me too.
But I trust Chandra, so I don't. It's not that I feel like she's going to use it against me or anything. Like that's not something
Hmm.
that's so much of
It's
an
your
issue.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just my
yeah.
stuff and how I have to work it in my mind to deal with, like you said, the shame or whatever it is I'm feeling. I
Hmm.
need to like really work it through for
Yeah,
whatever reason, and I find for myself it's not helpful all the time.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I need to work on communication for sure. I
yeah.
mean that's something it's not always like we have an argument and I don't want to say what I want to. Sometimes I'm going through something and I'm not talking about it.
Mm.
That's probably most often how it looks.
Okay.
Is that I'm going through something. She may come along, I might snap. It's not really even about what she said. It's
Mm-hmm.
about this other thing that I'm stressed about that I don't
That you haven't said anything
that I
about.
haven't said anything, and I haven't said anything because I'm kind of ashamed of, even going through that struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And so now for her and her experience, I just snapped.
Mm.
So she doesn't know that it's because of this whole other thing, and that's
Yeah.
not good communication.
Yeah.
We we try to we have worked on that. Both of us
Nice.
have worked on like being able to come back and go, that thing you just saw back there, I had this conversation earlier with this client and it's driving me nuts. I'm sorry if that seemed like it was about you. It was actually about something else. Like we've worked on communicating in that way, so that I don't want to take out stuff because that starts going back and forth and building up, and then you're not really talking about what
For
you need to
sure.
talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got you. We got some work to do.
yeah, yeah.
Do you think men and women can be friends?
Um, yes, but I think you always know. I mean, I'll make it personal to me, and this is just assuming that men and women are attracted to it's a man who's attracted to women or women
Mm-hmm.
who's attracted to men. But of the relationships I have, there's a kind of line, and I know where it is for me. I can't
Mm-hmm.
speak for the other person and where their line might be. Some people I can spend a lot of time with. Other people we can have a friendship, but
Mm-hmm.
I can't spend as much time there because there's something there that I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I don't really want to put us in a situation long before it gets to some moment where it's like
Okay.
long before.
So you can feel that from the other person, right? That there's like some other energy there that you're not on.
Yeah, well, or even if I feel something that I don't want to, you know,
Mm.
I don't really want to entertain, then I know that's somebody I don't spend a lot of time with.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and there could be a lot of reasons for that. Some people I can spend time with, but I think I have friends that are women, but I don't spend. I believe you can be, there's an infidelity that's obvious, but there can also be a kind of emotional infidelity that
I agree.
you can. And in the past, in other relationships when I was younger, I know this because I would do it.
Right.
I would do it all the
You were
time.
learning, right?
Yeah,
You were
I
learning. You're
was
like,
learning,
no,
and
she
that's like
cool.
I'm like, no, I can't. I'd be in relationships, and then there'd be someone else who I could talk to a lot easier, and then some women I was attracted to, and I just put myself in positions where would have to resist something.
Mm.
And then as I got older, I learned like just make that line so far back
Mm-hmm.
that you don't have to be in a position where you have to like think about a person. Are they occupying your space? And you don't there's a I don't know if you've heard this thing about like the 90% and the 10%. So you're in a relationship and let's say that relationship is giving you 90% of what you need
Mm-hmm.
and there's
Oh, you
10%.
leave for the 10%.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
and
heard
there's
that.
10% you're not getting.
Yeah,
And then you meet somebody and they are the whole 10%.
10%. Yes.
Everything about them is that 10. Now you feel something because you're missing that 10.
Yeah.
But are you going to leave for that
Right.
10? You going to
Mm-hmm.
leave your 90 for this 10?
Yeah.
And so none of us are 100%. I'm not 100%. I'm sure there are men out there who got the 10. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Or hopefully
I don't
it's
want to
10.
believe that. I want to be the
You the whole,
100%.
but it's like, but we got to value that 90. Like whatever the percentage is, what I have with her,
You value it.
it's just
It's
that like it is just not worth it.
yeah.
So I kind of draw a line where I don't have to. Does that make sense? Like
No,
the
a
line.
hundred percent.
So the
It's
line I
very
draw,
important.
yeah,
Yeah.
the line I draw because you don't stop your eyes don't stop
Of
working.
course
You don't
not.
stop feeling
And
things
you
around
shouldn't,
people.
right?
Yeah,
You
you know,
shouldn't.
I wouldn't imagine she does either. Even I don't
Yes.
want no. I
You're
like
like,
to
I
believe
can't
she
even say it.
doesn't.
I can't say
I like to believe she doesn't, but like, you know, so we're like, there's an energy here.
it.
So cool. Let's finish out this conversation. I probably won't spend much time with you,
Of
you know,
course.
like just so I don't have to put myself in a
And
position
I
to,
think that's just really human nature. Like
yeah,
it's beautiful people everywhere.
yeah.
You know, it's
And you click,
people
and
that
sometimes you vibe with
of
people, you know.
course you do, and I think it's cool to vibe,
Hmm.
and you can take that energy right on home.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
which
it.
is a
Because
thing too.
it is,
You
because it's an
because there's
exchange of
energy there. You
energy,
can go
right?
take it home.
Yes, you can, and I think it's
You
gonna
know.
be like that in life. You're gonna meet amazing, beautiful people, but
Hmm.
what you work to build with someone,
It took decades. It
exactly.
took over a there there's something because I had before Chandra, I have to admit I had a lot of like a 1 year or less relationships.
Mm,
They were mostly all short. I had a
wow.
few that were long, but I had a whole lot of just kind of short ones.
Hmm. So
And
this is the longest relationship you've ever had.
oh, easily,
Wow.
easily. And I have to say, and I maybe I'm just talking to the younger version of me, but there there's there are some prizes you get in a relationship that just come with time. Like for all we make of newness, newness is always sexy. It gets us excited. But then
Mm,
there's some things you get that they just come when you've been with a person for a long time. And and you're and it's a person you feel a certain safety with,
hmm.
like an emotional safety with that person. That's probably our strength. We're not perfect, but I think one of our strengths is how much we like to be around each other and how much we like to do the same stuff. We don't really drag each other anywhere. We mostly kind of like to do a lot of the same, not everything, but like, you know, and then
You're in
sometimes
alignment.
we're in alignment. And sometimes I like something because she likes it. It makes her happy and
Which is
she laughs and
beautiful.
stuff. And so then I'm like, well,
That's my thing too.
what is this thing all about then that you're so excited about, you know, like, so, but after about 5 or 10 years of that,
Hmm.
your relationship it opens up something that I never experienced in those shorter relationships
Yeah.
that sometimes, you know, burn hot, but were also like volatile, and I didn't always feel comfortable around, or I
Yeah.
didn't always feel like they were being themselves or I
Hmm.
could be myself. And you know, they had that 10%, but it wasn't
Yeah. It
it
wasn't what you have now.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's, and again, it's not to, you know, idealize it or anything, but yeah, there's nothing I want to leave it for sure,
Beautiful.
or even jeopardize it for.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Two more. Do you believe in true love, soulmates, twin flames? Do you believe in those things? Do you feel like Chandra is your soulmate, or do you even believe in those concepts?
I think I do, but I don't know any better. You know, like I, because there definitely was something I felt immediately, but then
Mm,
we worked on it, and it wouldn't be quite what it is if we didn't actually have. There's a lot of intentionality we put into it.
for sure. But when you met her, there was like a certain fire, spark,
Yeah, and
energy there,
and that
like
wasn't
the
it wasn't
magnetism, right?
intellectual. It wasn't intellectual. I'll tell you how we met on a film set.
Okay.
She was doing the costume designing. I was the assistant director. It was like a short indie film, and I knew everybody on the set. I didn't know her, and I hadn't seen her. It was our first day,
Mm,
and she was in a room. She was on the floor with a bunch of clothes around. Her head was like her hair. She had all this curly hair, but I didn't
mm,
even see her. I walked by and I came back, and it was something that I felt. I hadn't even seen her face yet. It was something I felt that I just, of all the craziness going on the set, I just wanted to be in there with her, and that was a feeling.
wow.
It was a
And you
feeling
just
of just
walked
like,
past her.
yeah, and
That's
it was just
amazing.
like it was the craziness of the set. It was the craziness of whatever was going on in my life. It was all that, and it was just like that's where you need to be.
Wow. I
And
love that. I love
And she
that.
was cute too.
Of course.
Like,
But it was the energy,
but it was
right?
before that, even before. And
Exactly.
it's not that that stuff doesn't matter to me. It matters for sure. But it was before any of that even kicked in.
Wow.
So it was a feeling. Um,
I say that's a yes.
yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Last question. To what extent have you gone to win a woman's heart?
This is gonna sound terrible. So this means like that there was a lot of resistance, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to win her over.
Yeah. Like to, yes. Or even like say you got into something with your partner
Hmm.
and you were like, okay, I got to go out of my way to fix this or get us on the right track.
Oh,
Or
right,
even
right.
just to court a woman, like, I really like this woman. I'm going to do A, B, C, and D to make it happen, Like, how
Yeah.
far have you gone to, like, do something like that?
Um, I don't know if it was. It's gonna sound really simple, but I put a lot of work into it, and this
Okay.
was early when I was with Chandra. My father's a really good cook,
Mm-hmm.
right? I've grown into it, but I wasn't then. And I really just wanted to take her to this place in kind of like it's in nature and it was trees and I wanted to have like a picnic, but I wanted it to be this she's she's a stylist, she's very aesthetic, but I wanted this to be something that was way more than I typically did. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted it to be special. And so I called him and he told me about this like brioche bun and this kind of vegetarian, because she was vegetarian. I wasn't even I'm vegetarian now. I wasn't
Okay.
then, but she was. So I wanted to make this like really special kind of lunch. And we spent, you would think we were like planning a menu for a restaurant. Like he was telling me where to get these buns and what to put in it. And then I went and got this like certain kind of basket and I it was atypical of anything that I had done. It was
Mm-hmm.
kind of indicating to me how far I was going to make this like very casual um picnic, really. But I
Wow.
called so many people because it was out of my skill set.
You
So
like,
I had to
I'm not a
call.
vegetarian.
So I'm
Okay,
like,
let me get
I'm gonna
this
call
bread.
dad for the recipes. I'm gonna call my cousin because I don't know what to put this in. I'll put it in a sack and take it out there. I know that's not what to do. But I called like, I mean, at least 3 or 4 different people. And
Wow.
even the people I called were like, really?
Really? You want a basket
Huh, you ain't never called me.
idea?
My cousin who just always reads me was just like, well, this is a turn of events. Like,
Love it.
you want my expertise in this? You ain't never asked for this before. So it's not like something like I, took her to Paris or anything, but even I noticed how much help I got to try to make this moment special.
That's
So
beautiful.
that's kind of what comes to mind.
I love that because that really, like, the intention behind it is so beautiful. And I know that she felt that, right? Because I'm sure she knew you weren't a vegetarian. So when
Yeah.
you show up with all this stuff, it's just like, okay.
And she had a sophistication that I just flat out did not have. It was that too. It
You
was
like, I
that
need to step up my game.
people who knew her and knew, we were starting to talk. They knew why I was calling them. They were like, "Oh no, you need this
You
help.
need this.
You need this. Let's help you with this." It's like,
Look what she has done.
oh yeah, yeah, for sure. It's like, no, you can't just show up with what you normally
With that
do. Like,
sandwich
yeah, with the
from the bodega.
100%. They're like, we're gonna help you grow here. Like,
Amazing. Well, it
but
has been so wonderful talking to you.
yeah, no, this
I
is
love
great.
hearing about all these super beautiful gems, and you know, um, I feel inspired by your relationship.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being on the podcast. Until next time, thank you, Cinque.
Thank you.